Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Eleanor and today I want to do a book haul for you guys. I have recently bought 9 books and I just want to share what they are with you. The first book on this list is Cursed, which is an anthology about fairy tales, retold, horror, kind of just a retelling of fairy tales collection. And I pre-ordered this months ago on Amazon when I heard it was coming out because 3 out of the 4 main authors on this book are authors I've read before and I really enjoyed their work. So the first one is Neil Gaiman. I've read a lot of Neil Gaiman. The next one is M.R.Carey, which is the author of the Girl with All the Gifts series, and the third author is Christina Henry, and I have read a fair few of her books and she does fairy tale retellings. So she's done a Peter Pan and she's done a Little Red Riding Hood and she's done an Alice in Wonderland, and they're kind of horror retellings, and that's what I'm hoping this is. It's a short story collection with fairy tale retellings, and I'm really excited to get to this. I love short stories, I love fairy tale retellings, and I love them when they get a bit darker as well, and I'm excited to read this. The next book I bought was Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. This is a book that's been on my radar for a very long time and I just took the plunge because I bought it secondhand. Apart from that first book that I mentioned, Cursed, all the rest of the books on this list I've bought secondhand. So it's one I'm actually really looking forward to because the setting is quite mystical. It's about another world. It's about a quiet person who is very into daydreaming and reading and just searching for this other world, and it just drew my attention immediately and seems very interesting. I am interested to know whether this is for me though, because it is apparently a very slow moving story, and that is something that I actually struggle with. I need a quick fast-paced plot, and very rarely does a book with a slow moving plot actually really work for me, so it'll be interesting to see if this is one of those or not. So yes, I'm excited to get to that. The next book in this list is also a book by Laini Taylor, and it is Days of Blood and Starlight, which is the second book in the what's called Daughter of Smoke and Bone series. I read Daughter of Smoke and Bone last year and I did really enjoy it, but I didn't immediately want to pick up the second one, so I've now finally got around to buying it, and I want to get to this to continue the series before I forget too much about what happened in the first one. This is about demons and angels and parallel worlds, and yeah, I don't know how much to explain about that. There's really good fun young adult fiction, so I hope to continue with the series. The next book on this list is Transition by Iain Banks, and this is a book that's been recommended to me really recently. I have over the last year really gotten into enjoying sci-fi, and I've read a few, not that many, but Iain Banks is a writer who has been recommended to me a lot, and especially Transition was one that I was highly recommended by a close friend, and it's just mostly about infinite parallel worlds, and I don't know too much more than that. I haven't gone into too much detail because I like being surprised. I like working things out, and I really enjoy science fiction, so I want to get to this soon because it became so highly recommended, and yeah, I hope I enjoy it. I am trying to branch out in more proper, I see that young adult isn't legitimate. I'm still bridging the gap between young adult books and adult books. As you'll see, this haul is a mix of both, and I'm looking forward to reading probably a heavier adult sci-fi. I think that'll be quite fun. On a completely different note, you can tell I didn't order these books in any particular way before I started talking about them because it's very random, is this book, Tinder by Gardner. Now this is actually a children's story, and it's a graphic novel with illustrations. Well, not graphic novels, it's a book with illustrations, so it's mostly text with some pictures, and I think it's just a little bit of a horror and a bit of a fantasy, kind of a little bit of a scary story, and just this sweet, and it caught my eye when I was looking at recommendations on Goodreads, and I thought I'd give it a go when I saw it for discounted price on that second-hand book website I use, The World of Books. And you can tell because this is an ex-library book, so this was an Aberdeen Council Libraries book and it's been withdrawn from the library, so that's why it's got this plastic cover on it, and I just added a bit of character and I thought it would be fun. I like books with illustrations, and I like stories that are a bit creepier, especially when they're aimed towards children, because they're always just done in a more interesting way, and I'm looking forward to get to this because the art's really lovely in it. The next book on this list is Foundation by Isaac Asimov. I struggle to say that. This is another sci-fi, and it's actually really, really short. I didn't quite realise how short it was when I bought it. And this is just about basically what it says in the back: crumbling galactic empire, and set in space, and it just seems really fun. It's an older sci-fi kind of book, and I quite like reading older books, and Isaac Asimov has a lot of books and comes well recommended, so I want to pick up this, and it's a really fun edition, and it's actually a really short read, so like just under 200 pages, so I should pick it up soon because a lot of the books I've picked up lately have been massive and have been quite daunting, so I need to break it up with some smaller ones here and there. The next book on this list I'm so excited to have, if you've watched one of my recent videos, and it is Record of a Spaceborn View by Becky Chambers. I love this series. It's what's it called? The Wayfarers series, and they're all set in the same world, but they're following different individual stories and different characters in each book, and this is the third one out, and I've absolutely loved the last two. Again, these are sci-fi, set in space, lots and lots of different alien species, and the author is just so good at describing these other alien species and their cultures and how different they are from humanity and how these people interweave together, and they're just so good. I love her writing. I love the way she builds a world and builds a story. And as I was saying earlier, I don't normally like books that don't have huge plots and they're quite slow moving, but these books are exactly that. There's not much of a plot. They're quite meandering, they're quite slow. It's very much about the characters, and in this instance, and the way this writer does this world, I absolutely love it, and I would highly recommend this series. So this will be probably the next book I pick up because I loved the last one so much. And yeah, you probably can't tell, but I did buy this second hand, but the spine's not broken and it looks immaculate, and was very chuffed to get this for £3. The next book on this list is Fellside by M.R.Carey. So he's one of the authors who is in that anthology I mentioned before, and the writer of the Girl with All the Gifts series. Now this is the start of, I can't remember if this is the start of a new series or if this is a standalone. But again, it's his kind of writing, he's got an interesting plot, and the blurb sounds just so interesting, and I did like his writing, and I'm excited to get to this, and something a bit more creepy, a bit more disturbing is what I'm hoping for, so yeah, I'll hope to get to this soon. And the last book on this list is Daughter of the Forest by Juliet Marillier, and this book actually came recommended to me by Jean from Bookish Thoughts on YouTube, and I've watched her videos for a very long time, and this is a series and an author that she's picked up recently and has fallen in love with, and it is historical romance. Now romance isn't something I genuinely gravitate towards. I don't really pick it up ever, but I have read a few and I have liked a few, so I'm always up for trying again. And she really loves this series, The Daughter of the Forest, and she really loves this author, so I thought I would take the recommendation and run with it. But when I bought this online, I didn't quite realise the edition I was getting. It's a massive, huge floppy paperback. It's bigger than some hardbacks, so that's a bit annoying, but I'm excited to get to this and see if I like it as much as Jean did from Bookish Thoughts. That's all the books I've bought recently. Let me know if you've read any of them or have any interest in reading them, and let me know how you are, because at this time in the world right now, everyone's kind of caught up with all the stuff with the coronavirus, and I hope everyone is staying safe and being sensible. So yeah, just let me know how you're all doing, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.